To me, it seems there's a pretty big divide in the community. People who feel the game is in a good spot, and people who are absolutely outraged with the current state of the game, and maybe some people in the middle. I feel I'm going to be saying things that not everybody will necessarily agree with, but I think might resonate with a lot of people. Whether you're new to Clash Mini or have been playing the game since it went into beta, haven't even downloaded or played the game yet, or are a Clash Mini developer, I just ask of one thing. Please just come into this video with an open mind. You don't have to change your opinion, but at least be open to hearing others' opinions. I'm probably going to be saying things that the community doesn't agree with, and I'm probably going to be saying things that the developers don't agree with, but also just take this video for what it is, and that is my opinions and how I am feeling about the update. Creators are often put into this weird spot where they're either the voice of the community or they're kissing Supercell's ass and sucking up. These are just my thoughts and how I feel. I have no problem being the voice of the community. I have no problem being the voice of Supercell, but that is not my goal with this video or when it ever comes to sharing my feelings about an update or the state of the game. I really just want to be a voice of reason and come at this with point of views from both sides, from the community and from the developers. And at the end of the day, we all want the same thing, and that is for Clash Mini to succeed. I asked Vlad if he found it more helpful if I shared this feedback with the community as a YouTube video or just shared it directly with the team, and he said either is fine. So I want you guys to, the community, to watch this, and if you do watch it, thank you so much. I appreciate it, but also just be open to hearing opinions and open to hearing the thoughts of others. Lately, there's been a lot of backlash that most creators are not vocal and just hide behind not wanting to lose their Supercell relationship, and that's just not true. The honest truth is creators are very vocal. Most just choose to do it behind closed doors. Not everybody wants to make a video of talking about the state of the game, because it honestly, as YouTubers, it hurts us to talk bad about the game, right? Like, we want people to be like, oh, this game is so cool, and download it and whatever. So it kind of hurts to like talk about and point out these things. But at the end of the day, like, I'm making this video because I articulate my feelings better on camera than in writing. So either way, I'd be making this video. But at the same time, I really want to just make this video to highlight to the community that the team is working on things. They are listening to things. And at the end of the day, we just need to be patient, give them a little bit of time. And this video is going to be my personal feedback based on pain points that I've seen from the community and based on reasoning I've seen from the developers for having things implemented into the game the way that they did for this update. So let's talk about the problems that I have with the update, and I'm just going to highlight these and then we'll dive into it a little bit deeper. So power progression. Collector levels required for certain hero promotions, and they did a small talk where they said power progression is going to be completely removed. It's only going to be cosmetics and everything like that.
Okay, first things first. Heroes and minis used to increase their stats as you level them up, but I've heard that's gonna change. Is that true?
That's right. Power progression is gone. Minis and heroes will have their stats the same from the beginning to the end for everyone.
Wait, what will happen to those that invested so much time previously into power progression?
Well, levels will stay, but they won't be giving power anymore. Instead, those new levels will yield more fun rewards.
Sounds good.
Yet collector levels are tied to hero promotions, which is technically power progression. But I want to give the team the benefit of the doubt here and say that this was probably done, this decision was probably made after the small talk was recorded and released. But I do have a couple solutions to make this a little bit better and make it feel less oppressive to some players to be able to scale at such a slow level. For collector levels, I actually love the system. I think the system is really good. I just think there's a couple things that need to be fixed within it. First thing is that there's too many chances to get keys. I would love to see the keys from the collector levels redistributed elsewhere and have the collector levels be a little bit more of a grind. So like basically remove the keys and whatever the like progression is, just kind of space it out evenly. That way, every time you upgrade a collector level, you know you're getting a mini or you know you're getting a hero. I think that would be much better. And then the second biggest issue is the collector level is supposed to be in order of sets. Yet there are people at higher level sets in Legendary that are still unlocking epic sets in Fabled set minis and heroes. And it's like, why, if the sets are designed in order to distribute things to the players that are supposed to be easier, then why are they able to get to such a high level and unlock later units and not be able to get units in set 3 and 4 still? That doesn't make sense to me. Next thing is the grindable aspect. It doesn't really feel like there's a grindable aspect to the game where you just like play the game and get rewards. The end of the box pass scales way too aggressively. It's 400 tokens at tier 90, and that's just for playing the game a little bit, and then it's just like way too much. So we'll talk about my idea to fix that in a little bit. Next, we'll talk about the luck in game, and by luck in game, I'm talking about things like the goblin buff and the rogue buff, where there's percentage chances, hero promotions in the shop, and then not getting the minis that you need, the reroll system. We'll talk about that a bit later. The diorama and piggy bank, I actually really like this system. I think it's really cool, but I think there's just a small few things that could make it infinitely better and more valuable to the player. Next, I want to talk about the shop offers. The shop offers, I've seen a lot of people being like, oh, the shop offers are scams. They're not scams. Just because they're not good offers doesn't mean they're scams. A scam is when it's advertised as something and then you don't get that. That is a scam. Just because an offer is bad, like this Clashmas special right here for 25 Canadian dollars, sure, it might be a bad offer. It doesn't mean it's a scam. It just means it's a bad offer. Like if somebody is 10 gold keys away from getting Hog Rider and 50 gold keys from getting there's 50 silver keys from getting another skin, then you have to decide, is this offer worth $25 for me? I'm guaranteed to get a Hog Rider if I buy this offer, and I'm also guaranteed to get a skin if I buy this offer. Is that worth it? That's up for you to decide as a player. Doesn't mean it's necessarily a scam. It just might not mean it's a good offer. You might turn it down and be like, no, it's not worth it. These skins right here, the starter special deal for the Ronin skin and the Puffer Fisherman skin. If you need these skins for diorama, you should get theoretically a Buccaneer, but you also get Piggy XP from getting those skins. So if that's worth it for you to be able to upgrade your diorama level, then do it. This is 10 Canadian dollars and you get 2 skins. Personally, I'd like to see things like this where people can just choose to buy the skins outright if they want to. I love seeing actually things in the shop like this because people can either roll for it in the toy machine, or they can just buy it outright in the shop. I love that. That's great. I would love to see more offers like that. So those are definitely things that are good offers. So I don't see an issue with shop offers too much. Some of them just might not always be good to certain people. Next, for the toy machine, there's a lot of pain points here, like only certain units being locked behind toy machines. Keys are hard to get. There aren't enough keys. And it's seen as gambling. This is more kind of addressing the community's point. So in a technical way, yeah, it's gambling because theoretically you put something into the machine and you get something back. But I guess it depends on your point of view and where you live. Because in New Zealand does not legally consider loot boxes to be gambling at the time I'm recording this video. So, and essentially this is what it is. It's a loot box. You get resources from the game. You put it into something for a chance to get a better or different resource from the game. That's kind of what a loot box is. So, really just depends how you look at it. And somebody left a comment on my video the other day, and they were like, sure, it might not be gambling technically if you don't spend money, but you're spending your time and resources into it to try to get something better just to get something worse. And then I left a comment. They haven't replied at the time I'm recording this, but I was like, just look at it this way. What if they had just said, spend 80 gold keys to get a Hog Rider? You get nothing else along the way. There's no other chance to unlock it. It's just spend 80 keys to get the Hog Rider. Just think about that. Would you rather have the chance to get it if they were just like, nope, you can't get anything else. These are the resources? Okay, great. Spend 80 of them to get Hog Rider. You don't get gold along the way. You don't get fragments along the way. You don't have the chance to get Hog Rider before that 80 key mark. You just have to spend that amount, and that is what it is. In my opinion, I don't know if I'd like that more. I'd want to have the chance to try to push it. Like, there's a pity in the game, right? So you have to spend 80 keys for it. You have to build up 80 keys. But if you get it before that, you're pretty hyped. And if you get it for that, then you got what you expected. So I guess just look at it from that point of view. Would you rather just outright spend the resources or try to get it earlier by using this toy machine system? Emoting was removed in this update. Now there's only emotes that come from the minis, and personally I want to see emotes back in the game. I love being able to use emotes. I ran into Moist Potato the other day on ladder, and all we could say to each other was, oops, good luck, good game, are you ready? Like, I want to be able to, if I win around against Moist, I want to spam the Minor Yawn emote. I want to let him know that, hey, your strategy is boring and I just destroyed you with it. He was playing Countess, I was playing Arch Queen. Simple as that. I want to let him know that, if I beat him, I'm going to show it. I think it's funny, and just put the mute button back in the game so that way if people don't want to see emotes, they can choose the option to mute and all the emotes go away and they don't have to worry about it. So I just want to see emotes back. I think it'd be fun. The events. When the update first dropped, I sent a message to the team and I was like, "Hey, events are like I'd love to see events be a little bit more grindy." And then they released this event that happened, and now it's way too grindy. I think a fine middle ground, in my opinion, is maybe play for like 30 minutes a day. If somebody wants to play 4 or 5 hours in a day and grind out the whole thing, then power to them, let them do it. But I think the event should be completable, but just playing the game 30 minutes a day in the event mode and then being able to get to the track at the end to get all the rewards from it. I think that's a reasonable grind. 30 minutes a day for a casual player, or 5 hours a day. If you're a hardcore player, you can just grind it out, complete it in one day, and call it. You don't have to do any more of the events. I do love the fact that you can do the challenges and events. I think that's super helpful. I would just really like to see the events be a little bit less grindy. Now we're going to talk about the personal issues that I saw with this update, and I'm going to offer solutions that I personally would enjoy as a player. Maybe you'll agree, maybe you don't agree. Again, that's fine. Just hear my opinion on it, and just respect the opinion as well. Power progression. I think there's a couple options here. Just make hero promotions purchasable for resources. So similar to how star powers, gadgets, and gears are in Brawl Stars, once you unlock it and get to that level, you can purchase it and just leave it at that. That's a simple way to do it. The other thing was told, like I said, we were told power progression, or power progression would be gone and progression would be tied to cosmetics. And I think the team just released that and then decided that maybe this is not the best way to do it. We want hero promotions to be unlockable and progressive. Instead, I would just maybe let the player choose which option they get. So if I unlock Countess, let me choose between the first 3 upgrades, or between the 3 promotions, what to get. And then when I unlock a hero, it also helps kind of build that online community a bit more, right? Because if you unlock a hero and you're like, oh, which promotion's the best? I'm going to go to Discord. I'm going to go to Reddit. Hey, what's the best promotion for this hero in this patch? Oh, promotion 3 is really good if you have these. Oh, promotion 2 is good if you like to play this or do this matchup. Overall, promotion 3 is probably the better one you want to go with because it helps you win more matchups. And okay, great, I'll go promotion 3, then I'll progress a little bit more, then I'll go promotion 2, and then I'll progress a little bit more and go for promotion 1. You know, that can be changed out a little bit. I would just say give more power to the player and at least let them feel like they're progressing towards the way they want, instead of just like Countess getting the first upgrade. First promotion is probably the worst on Countess right now. So when a player unlocks Countess, if they're not a high enough level, then they only get that first promotion. If they queue into a game and they play against Countess, and that Countess has the 3rd promotion, they're just automatically going to lose because that is the promotion that helps you win that matchup, or win most matchups. Just let the player choose. I think that would be much better for power progression when it comes to heroes being tied to collector levels. Speaking of collector levels, let's talk about that. When you increase your collector level, you should have the option to choose what you unlock. Again, like I said earlier, there's this weird system where you can get to level 99 and 110 and still not have villager unlocked, but you can get every other mini from every other set. That's no problem. I feel like that's kind of weird, and players should be required to unlock all minis in a set before advancing to the next set.
So wait, what happens when you collect all the minis in a set?
Well, each set will contain hidden special mini as well. When minis in a set are all collected, the next mini set will become available.
And then, like I said, there's too many keys. Just take the keys from collector levels, put them elsewhere in the game, and then redefine the collector level experience needed to upgrade the levels. So that way, when you unlock a new collector level, it's like, okay, you're in a new set, you just hit the collector level for the first time, choose which mini you want to unlock. Do I want Healing Ranger? Do I want Prince? Do I want Valkyrie? Do I want Witch? I don't know. You know, and then kind of decide, like, hey, what's the best mini from this set? Oh, it's Witch? Okay, I'm going to choose Witch first. And then you what's the next best set? Oh, Valkyrie? Okay, I'm going to go with Valkyrie. And then you just keep doing that, and you can kind of choose what you want to unlock and continue towards what you want to unlock. I think that's just a much better way to do it. And then, I think it's weird that they have this system where they're saying they implemented sets to have players unlock early minis because they are meant to be played early game.
We're going to group minis into different sets and let players unlock them in order, batch by batch. There will be sets for beginners as well as veteran players.
Some can be good late game, like Villager, but right now, people can hit that late game and still not have Villager. And to me, that's weird that you're putting it in such an early set, but people who are late game still don't have that. I think that's really weird. I think that kind of contradicts what the team says. So I'd really like to see it kind of set in stone that they have to unlock minis before they progress to the next set. And I think if you just define that collector level a little bit more, then it's so much better. That's just my opinion on it. Maybe the randomness aspect is fine. But either way, still have it that you unlock the minis in the set before you progress to the next set. I think it's really weird that you don't get that, where you're still progressing to other sets and unlocking minis from those sets, but you still don't have minis from the previous set. I think it's just weird. I think it kind of contradicts with what the team said. That's just my personal opinion on it. Next, there's no grindable aspect to the game when it comes to getting resources. I think the amount of season tokens, we talked about this earlier, or the pass tokens that are required to get a chest is way too high. If players want to grind to progress a little bit quicker, then let them. Give them the option for that pass box at the end, and just cap the amount of pass tokens that they get for like 1,000 per day. So example, if the box costs 100 tokens to open, then the cap is 1,000. Let them get 10 boxes per day. Let them get pass tokens through completing regular quests, through completing seasonal quests, through playing the game. If they run out of quests and they just want to play the game and grind and get 5 pass tokens per win, then let them play the game and grind and get that many pass tokens per win. Let them get up to that point where they can just get 10 boxes per day, open it, get some gold, get some fragments, maybe get some keys if you're lucky, and just let people grind how they want to grind. I think that's the best way to do it. Luck in game. I'm gonna talk about the goblins and rogue in a balance change video, because balance is a whole separate topic that I feel like needs its own spotlight. But I will say this. Creators have been talking to Donghang about the chance that comes with goblins and rogues. So just know that it's being addressed behind the scenes. I'm not going to get into too much detail because there's still conversations being had, but I did want to address it and say that this is a concern with a lot of people in the community. I agree. I don't like the percentage chance when it comes to dodging. I think it's it feels weird. It feels wrong. I was in a situation where I completely outplayed my opponent and I just lost because they dodged. They were able to dodge their attacks. Their Countess was on the complete other side of the map. I had my Archer Queen in the back with their super active, and I was like, sweet, I'm going to win. This Countess has like 7 HP. Pop, 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 pop. Missed all 4 shots. Countess TP'd over, was able to take me down, heal back up, and I couldn't do anything. So it feels bad, but we'll talk about that in a separate video. But just know that the team is working on it. We're discussing it with the team, and I'm sure some conclusion will be reached at some point, and as soon as we're able to share it, you know we will. Hero promotions, the team kind of discussed this in the stage channel. I'm not going to hop around it too much. I'm okay with heroes costing 4 elixir to upgrade, but I feel like the RNG of actually rolling the hero being in the shop it feels really bad, especially in a mirror match, because there are some situations where getting the hero promotion is really good first. Like in a Barb King versus Countess matchup, you actually want your promotion, you want to get your promotion second. You want to use it second, because if you're deciding, do I want to heal? Do I want to go for the super to myself and also heal? Do I want to go for the vulnerability? That would really depend on 2 of those upgrades are heal based. So if the Countess goes with the second upgrade, you know you can go with the heal upgrade. If the Countess goes with the third upgrade for anti-heal, you know you probably want to go with the second upgrade. So it's in a situation where sometimes getting your promotion second is actually better, but then also in a mirror matchup, getting your promotion first is actually pretty crucial. So I don't like the RNG of it, but like I said, the team said this in the stage channel. They're working on it. They're potentially doing other solutions, having the hero be separate, having it be available at any time, having it be available in the first round. It doesn't appear in the shop rotation, things like that. I think that's a great way to fix it. And now I don't know if the new system will feel better in terms of rerolls now that if heroes were to be removed from the shop rotation, because right now there's this weird kind of sense in the shop rotation that like, if you see your hero pop up and you have like 3 rerolls left and you know you need a certain mini, say you have 3 elixir, hero promotion costs 4, and you're like, I need my bowler right now, and then hero pops up and you're like, oh crap, well now I can't get my bowler because I don't want to roll past the hero, because if I roll past the hero then I have to go through my entire rotation again just to get back to that hero. It just feels bad right now. It doesn't feel good, so I would love to see changes made, but like I said, team's working on it, so I'm sure we'll see something soon, hopefully. Piggy Bank and Diorama. I really think higher levels at the Piggy Bank should have a small chance for epic keys, even if it's like 1% or 2% or whatever, right? Just give people a very small chance to get an epic key when they open their Piggy Bank. Next, the Piggy Bank should have their percentage for keys go up every time you open a Piggy Bank and don't get a key of that rarity. It should go up by a small percentage, maybe up to a maximum of like 35% per for like a silver key and like 25% for a gold key, whatever the math is. I'm not going to suggest numbers, but the percentage should go up to a certain point. And then if you don't open, if you open a certain amount of piggy banks and you don't get a key of that rarity, then you should be just guaranteed to get one. So for example, every 8 piggy banks, which is 2 days because you get 4 banks per day, every 8 banks will guarantee you 1 silver key. So in the off chance that the percentage goes up for the piggy bank and you don't get it on that 8th bank, that 7th bank, that 8th bank will guarantee you the silver key that you were trying to get. And if you do get it, so you get it on bank 7, then the percentage will reset. You won't get another guaranteed one the next bank you open, but on that 7th bank, if you get it, then the percentage will reset. And then same thing for the gold key. Every 20 banks, which is 5 days, will guarantee you a gold key. If you get a gold key on day 18, then the percentage resets and you go back down to the base percentage, and it'll take you another 20 banks to get that key. So I think that's what it should be. And then also maxing out the diorama should reward an epic key. It's a one-time thing to max out the diorama, unless of course they add more levels to it, but I think you should be able to get, it's like, just make it a one-time thing. Say like once you hit level 12 on diorama, even if they add more levels in the future, level 12 is guaranteed to give you an epic key for that diorama. And then in future levels, maybe they give like gold keys or whatever, but like at least give a one-time guarantee that you will be able to get an epic key for maxing out a diorama. I think that'd be really cool. Now let's talk about the toy machine. So I'm going to go through this as quickly as I possibly can. But I think there's one thing I want to address. It's kind of piggybacking Shuey's point. I'll leave a link to Shuey's video in the description below. He did a pretty good job explaining it, so I won't beat it up too much. But right now, if you look at this banner, it's Champion Decoy Adept. Those are the prizes. That's what you want to see. Those are the absolute best things that you can get. You see those, you're like, great, I want to get Champion Decoy Adept. What actually a lot of people don't know, and I completely forgot about this until I clicked on it the other day, if you don't have Countess, you can actually get Countess from this chest. I had no idea actually that you could do that. I thought Countess was going to be its own like separate toy machine. I completely forgot it was in with the SP unit. So that was news to me. I didn't even see it. But yeah, they should definitely put on the banner like what you can get, because it's psychological that like these are the only valuable rewards that you can get. But in reality, Countess is a great reward that you can get. And then also these reward resources for gold fragments. Those are pretty good as well. Those are important. You need those to progress. I think that needs to be changed, but yeah. Next issue, this is my personal biggest issue with the system, is there's just too many separate machines to try to roll, and they don't carry value over to the other. That is just the biggest issue for me. If I'm looking at this Queentron, I have 24 days to spin it and guarantee 140 keys. There's no way in hell I'm getting 140 gold keys in 25 days, so I'm not even going to waste a single gold key on it. I did this on the Reanimated Skeleton King banner on my main account, and I was like, maybe I'll get it in 10 keys, and then I rolled it, and then I was like, well, that was kind of stupid, because this is a timed, it's going to come back at some point. It's not going to go away forever. It will come back, so I'll just have to get it later, because I'm not going to drop a fat stack on it right now. But I just wasted 10 epic keys when I could have been putting that towards a battle machine, or for something that's I'm gonna progress towards over time, and that doesn't expire and is continuing to stay there time and time again. And it was a waste. I think that separating these like with the timed is absolutely ridiculous to expect that, like this one, if I want both of these skins, I need 160 gold keys at max to try to get it. Sure, can I get lucky in between? Yeah, but I'm not going to waste my resources on it, because I'd rather do it on this banner where I can get a robo skin, a space skin, or an animal skin to upgrade my diorama, because I don't have animal, I don't have robo, I don't have space. I need those so I can continue to upgrade my diorama and upgrade my piggy bank, so I'm able to get more passive resources over time. Because right now I'm a sitting duck in my piggy bank. I don't have enough crystal coins yet, and I don't have other banners unlocked, and these 3 are already maxed out. Let's open this piggy bank, see what I can get. Some gold, cool. So I think that's a big problem right now, is that these are just too separate, and I would just really like to see only 3 banners to ever exist: a silver banner, a gold banner, and an epic banner. Silver banner should include skins with model and animation, so 2 traits or 1. What do I mean by that? This mini Pekka Clashma skin has 1 trait. It's a model. That's it. That's the only thing that's different about it. That should be a silver skin. This Snoller Bowler has 2. It's model and effects. This should be a silver skin because it's only 2 traits. This Giant Skeleton skin has 3 traits. This model, effects, and sounds. This should be a gold banner skin because it's better. The team has defined this skin to have more value than this skin, yet they're in the same exact price. This has been an issue that I've had with the game since update 6, where they price things the same amount even though the traits for them are different. So I think that needs to be adjusted. So I'd like to see skins with 1 or 2 traits to them, set 3 SP units, so that would be Hog Rider and Countess would be in the silver machine. And we'll talk about guaranteed prizes in a minute, but essentially that's what that should be. For the gold machine, it should be skins with model animation effects and sounds, or three or 4 traits, as I'm calling it, and then SP minis. So this would be Dark Prince, Chompy, Decoy Adept, Sailor. Any other SP minis that they introduce should be put in the gold machine. In the epic machine should be the ultimate, I call them ultra skins. I'm talking about the skins that have model animation, effects, sound, and scenery. All 5 of those categories, skins like the Counterpuss, Astral Natureborn, the Reanimated Skeleton King, the Grand Warden skin, etc. Those skins should be in the epic machine, also with special heroes. So any special heroes that they introduce in set 4 or higher. Right now the only one is battle machine, but this leaves them room to introduce SP heroes in previous sets because of the new system. So we'll talk about that in a minute, and we'll talk about the guaranteed prize. So let's talk about the prizes. Now I'm going to be talking about prizes in terms of a time frame, not necessarily how many keys it should take, because I want the team to be able to figure out that part of the situation. But I'm just going to talk about the time frame that I believe is a fair amount to progress as a free-to-play player. Now there are different ways that you could speed up this progress through purchases in the shop, buying the mini pass, and everything like that. But let's talk about what I think is the most fair way to do it. So starting with the silver, I think anything in the silver should have you should get enough keys as a free-to-play player to unlock a prize within a 30-day window, within a season. So right now, seasons last 1 month in terms of the mini pass, in terms of the ladder, everything like that. So this month-long grind would come from, it would distribute silver keys from the free side of the mini pass, the trophy road, the potential end of season rewards if they add keys to that, and the challenges and quests that you're able to get. So this would include those kind of guaranteed finite amounts of silver keys that you're able to unlock. Now this does not include the increased chances that you could get silver keys from like a piggy bank. Or maybe it includes like that guaranteed amount that I talked about earlier. So like every 8 banks, so every 2 days you're guaranteed a silver key. So maybe that part is included, but there's still a chance that you could get other silver keys. And then also the chance that you could get silver keys from the end of the mini pass box. So that is not included, in the chanced percentage in the piggy banks are not included. Is the guaranteed amount from the piggy banks if that gets implemented, and then trophy rewards, season ladder, and challenges and quests, what have you. So within that 30-day window, you're guaranteed to get a prize. Now, there's still an opportunity where you could get the prize before that 30-day window. Now, what the game doesn't do right now is every single time you spend 1 key, what the game doesn't do right now is increase the percentage. I think the percentage needs to be increased so that when you spend 1 key, it goes up. So if it starts at 0.1, you put a key in, it goes up to 0.12. You put another key in, you don't get it, it goes up to 0.14. Now, if you happen to get that prize before that guaranteed 30-day, the prize that is given to you, say you say the pity is 80. Let's just use this as an example. Pity's 80. Day 15, you've unlocked 40 keys. On key 40, the percentage is like 2% now instead of 0.1. 2%, you get it. It gives you just a random reward. Anything from that banner. So it could be a unit, it could be a skin. You just get a random reward from that. You're like, cool, I got that. Right now, the current system resets back to the start. So right now, if you unlock something at key 40, it goes back to key 80. That would not be the case here. The percentage that increased would reset. So it's like when you unlock it, it doesn't stay at 2%. It goes back down to 0.1%. However, the amount of keys that you have put in, so it's like your guaranteed prize is key 80, but you unlock something at key 40, the percentage will reset, but still, when you get to key 80, you will still be guaranteed that prize, which means you'll be able to choose what the prize is. I think you should be able to choose what that prize is once you hit that amount, because there's skins. If you want a skin for a diorama, you could do that. If you wanted a unit, you could do that. I think that's the best way to do it, is basically increase the percentage so somebody can get lucky. If you unlock something before that guaranteed, the percentage resets, but you can still have that period to go get that guaranteed prize. Some people would still argue that this is still luck-based, but the team kind of explained that they want this excitement factor, this, wow, I got something, yes. And I agree. I think that's a fun part of gaming. I think it's really cool that if you're in a game where there's progression, where there's things you can get, that there's that excitement factor. You're like, yes, I got it. Let's go. I'm going to use Clash Royale as an example. Say on chest 50, there's a guaranteed legendary chest. So if you didn't know, there's a chest cycle in Clash Royale. But basically, so once you earn X amount of chests, you get a guaranteed legendary chest. Now, there's still a chance that you could get a legendary from the gold chest, the giant chest, the silver chest when they were in chest cycles. There's still a small percentage chance that you could get it, but there's still a chance that you could get it before you get to that guaranteed chest. So if you open a gold chest, which is chest 49, and you get a legendary, boom, let's go, I got a legendary. And you play the next game and you get a legendary chest, boom, it's another legendary. You know you're getting another legendary. That is awesome. That is hype. You still get that hype. You're like, yes, I got this on chest 49. Chest 50 is also going to get me a legendary. Let's go. I'm so hyped right now. That's the kind of excitement that I think we need, and I think this system will kind of provide both. So, recapping it back, guaranteed prize for silver, 30 days, however many keys that is, guaranteed, or 1 season. Guaranteed prize for gold, 60 days, 2 seasons, however many gold keys you distribute, guaranteed within a 2-season window. That's how many gold keys it should take to guarantee a prize. And then the epic keys, however many epic keys you're distributing in that window in 6 months. That's how many epic keys it should be guaranteed to get that grand prize. Now, remember, also when you're spending keys in these machines, they will increase in percentage that you get to unlock them up to a certain amount, and then that guaranteed prize will be 100%. Now, I also think keys should be usable in all machines. You should be able to use silver keys in gold machines and epic machines, gold keys in silver and epic, and then epic and gold and silver. But when you do that, it doesn't add on to the existing prize. So if you're using gold keys in the gold machine for that 60-day. If you use a silver key in the gold machine, it doesn't change anything that you're using for gold keys in the gold machine because those are different resources. If you use silver keys in the gold machine, then it should be enough pity to guarantee the prize within a 90-day window, 3 seasons. So because you're using it a higher rarity, it should take a little bit longer, and then even longer for the epic. In gold, a little bit less in the silver machine, more in the epic machine, and then in the epic, you can use epic keys you can use in the gold machine to guarantee it maybe in like a season instead of 2 seasons, and then in half a season instead of a full season for the silver keys. So I think there's adjustments that can be made there, and that way keys are a viable resource to everybody. They can be used at any point. They can be used in any way, shape, or form, and that is how you'll be able to do it. So next, I want to talk about the resources earned from the machines. It is terrible right now, especially on the higher end ones. It should not take me 10 epic keys. Like if I spend 10 epic keys and I get the common gacha, the little white one, I get 1,500 gold from that. Right now, I'm at a point on my main account where it costs me 15,000 gold to get 1 fragment of a collector level, 1 piece. I'm 1 out of 5. It gets me 1 out of 5 for 15,000 gold. It should not take me 10 epic keys for that. That just does not feel good. If I open an epic key, I should definitely be getting something that feels rewarding for it, not something that like it feels painful to open that and just see that little amount of gold. I think the machines, whatever keys you use, should scale in how much gold and fragments is required to get that level. So if I'm talking, it takes me, if I spend an epic key, to go from where I am right now on my main account, if I want to go from level 14 to level 15, it's going to cost me a ton of gold. 1,500 gold ain't going to cut it for something I get 2 of per month. No. For silver keys, in silver, if I get the epic in the silver, it should give me the amount of gold or fragments required to go from refinement level 4 to refinement level 5. If I get an epic from the gold machine, it should give me the amount of gold or fragments required to go from refinement level 9 to refinement level 10. And if I'm getting an epic in an epic machine, it should give me the amount of gold required or fragments required to go from refinement level 14 to refinement level 15. And then whatever the lowest one, so the common, it should give me enough to go from level 11 to level 12, which is like 20,000 gold and like 30 fragments, I think, something like that, or 25,025 fragments. Whatever it is, that's how much gold I should be able to get. It should be able to give me, since the epic keys are so few and far in between, it should at least give me one part of a collector level. If it takes me 5 refinements to increase my collector level, if I spin an epic key, I should be able to get either the gold or fragments required, whatever that amount is, to be able to increase my collector level by 1. So that means, theoretically, 2 epic keys equals 1/5 of a collector level. I think that is perfectly reasonable. I don't think there is anything unreasonable about that, because epic keys are very few and far in between. So give us value that is rewarding to spend our epic keys. It just does not feel good with the amount of resources we are given in the current system. It needs to be changed. That's another part of the toy machine that really just gets under my skin, because it's just not worth it. It doesn't feel rewarding. It feels very disheartening. Next thing I'm going to be talking about is just the rewards that you can get in general. Right now, the season rewards are not great. You get 50 fragments and 20,000 gold for finishing above 3,000 trophies in a season. I think that's, in like, honestly, the spread, but like ultra legend is the same. Legend is the same, but it's five fragments and 3,000 gold per level increase. That's like nothing. This should be 150 fragments and like 100,000 gold. It should be able to at least get me a full collector level, because right now it costs about 150 fragments and 100,000 gold to upgrade to refine 5 units and actually have it mean something. So you should like basically just be guaranteed 1 extra collector level for finishing above 3,000 trophies. Like if you hit 3,000 trophies, that's a season goal, you should be able to get 1 collector level from that. So I think the rewards are pretty lackluster. And then also when it comes to the rewards on the pass, there's not much here either. Once you surpass I think the trophies reset down to 1,500 if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't say. I think it's set to 1,500 if you're above 3,000. Above 1,500, there's 0 silver keys, and you also only get 5 gold keys. The rewards for pushing on ladder should be a lot more reasonable. I think these numbers should increase. And also because, like I said earlier, you're taking resources from the collector level and putting them elsewhere in the game. Put some of the keys onto ladder, or transfer some of the keys into fragments that people can get. Like instead of this being 10 fragments, maybe this is like 20 fragments. Maybe this one is like 50 fragments. You know, let people get a little bit more for pushing up high. And I understand it's not that difficult to push, but maybe you can extend once you hit 3,000. It extends more, and those resources are implemented there. Every 100 trophies, you get 2 silver key, or you get 5 silver keys and 1 gold key, and then that just keeps going. You get 6 silver keys and 2 gold keys, 7 silver keys and 3 gold. You know, like whatever it might be, just like keep pushing it, so that way people have a reason to like continue to push, continue to grind. I think that would be a little bit better, or just change it into golden fragments, whatever it might be, whatever the team feels fit. But I feel like the resources, the rewards for end of season especially, and on the trophy road are a little bit lackluster. So all in all, I know I talked about a lot of things that need to be changed in the game, but if you think about it, all the change that I mentioned were things that were currently in the game. I think the team was on the right, I will stand by this. I think the team was on the right track with what they implemented into the game, with the collector levels, with the toy machine. I think there's really cool concepts with that. The excitement of unlocking things randomly is fun. When I get a unit or a skin before that guaranteed amount, it is exciting. So the percentage chance should increase ever so slightly up until you hit that guarantee point. That way you can unlock something and still be excited for it. And you're like, yes, and I'm also going to be guaranteed my prize for this. And I get to choose what my prize is. That is awesome. I spent the time putting in the resources and I'm feeling rewarded from it, because I know that in 30 days, I'm guaranteed to get something from this. In 45 days, I am guaranteed to get something from this. And if I get something along the way, that is just something extra. I got lucky. That is hype. Let's freaking go. It brings the excitement back into the game. And that's what I'm saying. And I'm only saying all of these things and all this feedback because honestly, the community's reaction to the update has me genuinely scared that this game might not go global. I know that the team is looking at the data and everything like that, and at the end of the day, if player retention is there, that was their goal with this update. They are a company, they need to make money from it, so of course things are going to be focused around monetization. If they don't make money, this game does not live. This game does not succeed. This game will not be playable if they do not make money. So I understand that, and I love seeing offers in the shop like that where people could just buy it outright if they wanted to. That is great. That is fantastic. Keep those coming in, but just make it a little bit more reasonable, which it looks like they're doing with some of the skins and everything like that. There was one where it was a monk fragments, the luchador monk skin, monk fragments, and silver keys. Then the victory shield maiden skin, shield maiden fragments, and silver keys. Putting offers in like those where you're able to get some resources, buy some skins. If my account wasn't free to play, and that was like my main account when we were looking at the shop earlier in the video, and I wanted that swordsman skin, the Ronin swordsman skin is really cool, I would have bought that offer, 100%. I would have just bought it, but the goal of the account is to be free to play and try to see if you can get all the skins and everything like that. I would have bought that offer. I'm just genuinely scared that the community's reaction is the way it is because this game feels so close to going global. I think that the systems they implemented were good. They just need to be tweaked a little bit so that way it feels more rewarding and more exciting for the player. And the way the team had discussed the update with creators behind closed doors and even on the stage channel is they really wanted this system to work. They felt the system was the best thing that it could have been. Like the system itself, maybe how the system was implemented could have been better. And I think the team is realizing that, which is why they're making changes to it over time, implementing more keys into the economy and things like that. But I do think that they believe that the system could work and the system is healthy for the game. They just need some tweaks to make it better. Because based on the stage channel, it sounds like they believe in this random unlock-based system, but maybe this video will help them show that the system being fully random is not always the best way to go. And I do feel like the team is torn internally. On one side of the team, it feels like they want to have players not feel overwhelmed with so many options and progress the game at a steady pace, and that's the collector levels, being able to unlock sets, unlocking hero promotions behind certain collector levels. So it's like, okay, you just unlock this, now play a little bit more, you can get this, play a little bit more, you can get this, and so on. But then on the toy machine, there's 4 different things right now in the game, 2 of them which are time-based, where you can spend resources and players have to choose what they want to progress, and it's random, and it's not even linear, right? Like I said, if I spend 60 gold keys on the Archer Queen skin and it expires in that 25-day window, I personally feel like I just wasted 60 gold keys because I could have used those on the Sheik skins to try to progress my diorama and be able to upgrade that. I feel like there should be an option for the player to progress in one specific area and then just let them choose what they want. If something timed comes into the game, if I'm on day 44 of the gold key and the Queentron comes out and it's like, oh, I've been working towards Chompy, but I really want this Queentron skin. It is time limited. I'm guaranteed my prize tomorrow. Do I want Chompy or do I want the Archer Queen? Because that's not coming back. I could just grind another 45 days and get Chompy. What do I do? What do I do? And then that way, if the player decides, you know what, I want to go Chompy, and then they do that again, but then they roll and it's like, oh, I'm getting something. Oh, it's the Archer Queen, and they get it completely random. That's cool because it's all under one system. It keeps the player hyped because they were stuck with the difficult decision and then they chose it. They got their reward that they were grinding for 45 days, and then they start the system again and boom, they got lucky enough to get Archer Queen. That is hype. That is what will deliver hype to the player, and that's what you're going for. You want this random excitement factor for the players to feel excited when they get something. That will provide it, in my opinion. So when the player loses a sense of control, they become more confused, and I feel like that's what's kind of driving a wedge within the community right now. Is they're losing a sense of control, and they feel like they're required to do something and required to do something a certain way, and it's not working because it's in so many different places, and they're feeling overwhelmed, and they're not feeling like they're getting rewarded enough. And I think that's where the divide comes in. I personally feel like giving the player a choice in what they want to do is the best way to proceed. At the end of the day, this was a do or die update. And for what they implemented into the game, it was a lot of content in 6 months. I'm still giving a hats off to the team for how much they implemented, how much they changed, how much they improved the gameplay, how many systems they introduced into the game to try to make it for the better. And all the systems they implemented into the game, I feel like did make it for the better. It just needs to be tweaked. It needs to be reworked. It needs to be executed properly. So that way the player feels rewarded for grinding and playing what they're doing. Yes, retention has probably increased, But at the same time, we're seeing a lot of things where players are not feeling rewarded. And after playing my free-to-play account, I like the pace that the free-to-play account is going. Like, the pace of unlocking things feels nice, but what I'm unlocking does not feel nice. I want to be able to unlock things that I know I want to work towards. I want to be able to unlock things I know that will maximize my efficiency as a free-to-play player, but I can't do that with the current system. And I think that's the biggest thing right now, is giving the player control will help them feel like they're being rewarded for spending their time and energy into it. So it personally feels that the update was a little bit rushed nearly a month after playing it, but that's a state we're in. And I'm just worried that the game is not going to be going global just because of such divided community. So hopefully the team feels differently. Hopefully the data presents things differently, and that we're increasing player retention, which was the goal of this update. I really hope that's the case. I believe, despite my worry for the game not going global, I believe the game is so close. The game will go global. It's right there. I can see it. I could lick it if I wanted to. It is just right there. And as I said before, creators have been speaking up to the team on a daily basis, and the team's not ready to give up. Creators are not ready to give up. We all love this game, and the team is going to fight to the very end. They give a shit. They really care. I genuinely feel that the team does listen to the community. They do care because they talk to the creators about things that they've seen. The creators talk to the developers that we have seen from the community, and I don't think any part of this update was implemented with ill intent or malice. There is nothing about this. Is not a quick cash grab before they shut down the game. They don't have intention to shut down the game. Okay, why would they want to shut down the game? They're not going to go for a quick cash grab and say, "Oh, see you suckers." No, they want this game to succeed. They want to continue to make money from this game. They're not going to do something that's stupid. They give a shit. They care, and this game is so close to global. And I think the systems that they introduced are good. They just missed the mark, and it's just being portrayed in the worst light by the community, in my opinion. And I will continue to voice my opinion in my videos, and I will also respond to yours as well. Just don't come at other people, don't come at the developers, don't come at other creators saying they don't care, they're not being loud enough, they're not being vocal enough, they don't care. The creators are being care. There's so many creators behind the scenes that are continuously talking to the team on a daily basis, and just because they haven't made a video doesn't mean they don't care, doesn't mean they don't disagree, doesn't mean their system, oh, we love the system right now, it's absolutely perfect. No. We're talking to the team on a daily basis. We're giving the team feedback. We're sharing things we see in the community. And the team is telling us and running ideas by us, even saying like, hey, this is what we're thinking of doing. But we can't talk about that yet because it's not finalized. And if we come to the community with the final unfinalized thing, the community is not going to like it. They want to see action. They want to see a plan come through. And just give it time. Just give it time. A lot of the time we need to hear multiple sides on a topic, and to see what's truly needed into the game, which is what I said when the update first came out. Everybody was complaining about it. Everyone was like, we need more keys, we need more keys, we need more keys. I still don't know if we need more keys. I think the system just needs change. I think what we have might be good, and it's just a system that it doesn't work in. If the system needs change and they keep the same amount of keys in the economy, maybe the system will feel better. Who knows? At the end of the day, we all want this game to go global. Let's just give the team time to adjust, take the feedback, and come up with solutions. Because at the end of the day, we're at the mercy of the developers. Whatever they feel is best for the game, that's what they're going to do. But let's just hope we can continue to play the game we love and enjoy on a daily basis. If you made it this far in the video, throw #global down in the comment section below and leave your thoughts on everything you're seeing in this update. But we are so close to this game going global. A few changes, even if the team doesn't take all my opinions, hopefully this sparks ideas for the team to be able to come up with something that's fair to the players, and seeing that the players are not feeling rewarded right now, giving them the choice might be a better option. See how it feels, see what you can come up with. But right now, I feel like the biggest issue on a TLDR is the players do not feel like they are being rewarded for the resources and time that they're putting into the game. So let's buff up the resources a little bit. Let's buff up the chances a little bit. Let's make the openings more exciting by making the players feel like when they unlock something, it is actually meaningful.